Good afternoon, folks. This is Blavic Shade Floral 226 coming at you. And I'm doing a vlog with you today. And I'm going to be discussing the title. The title of my vlog is going to be The BBL Movement Should Be Celebrated with the Age of Groups. Again, why the BBL movement should be celebrated with the age of groups. So let me just go on and get started on the discussion for you. I just had to wash my face real quick. So here I am back, and I wanted to wash my face to just straighten myself out. And so here I am. I'm going to start this discussion with you and talk. The Black is Beautiful love movement was known for the celebration of colored love between people of race and as well as biracial mixed love. Today, it may be celebrated by net groups and circles of people who are in friendship with persons of color. Even persons of color who are within their group. I'm going to discuss subjects about what can threaten the BBL movement and ways to prevent its situation. The age of Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, as well as Reddit and Tumblr, is the age of groups and online networks. Today. Besides work and school being the common mainstays of meeting others, I will add common functions like clubbing and online chatting as another effective matter of function to garnering friends to group with. I am interested in gaining friends through the internet interface and exchanging information in order to build a group. I have yet to start embarking, but I've obsessed the idea. Instead of living day to day, waiting for friends to come to you, why not seek them out rather than letting it happen so they fatefully come along? That could take an innumerable amount of time, and who knows when they'll start to come along. Waiting for fate can be such a waste of time, all because fate is such a natural, non-controllable, unstudied way of being. Wouldn't it be better to put yourself out there and gain the attentions of those waiting to find contact out there? I happen to think it is, and effectively. But the whole saving grace to the age of groups is if it isn't dating the main focus. And to tell you the truth, honestly, the main focus point should be establishing groups of friendships, establishing groups. So make groups the establishment. That is the true way people can get to know each other. If you have love to give, by all meaning, show some love intelligently and express it platonically with the desire and want of true friendship. Establish your means to friendship, to define the establishment, and keep yourself open to make contact, and for when contact makes its approach and comes forward toward you. You never know who. Ignore the multiplied, profound ways of dating because people have denied the curious virgin folds of people extending courtesy of giving friendship by demanding sexual exploits rather than allowing them the chance to get to know them, the chance to know who they really are. And conduct themselves safely for this sort of establishing companionship to happen in order to take place. Sex is an unnecessary distraction because for the okay looking and profoundly average people out there looking for contact in spite of wanting to date people to find it, they are denied contact by the proficient, expertly attractive folds of daters who sell unrealistic visions and movements of establishing live connections with those who lack the means and sources to connect. They own the movement, besides the underdogs struggling to break past the surface of obscurity and racial rejection. What I am talking about is getting by ranking racial and evident hatred of race, ethnicity, and its characteristics that express differentiating sorts of classed people. People do their best and try their best to be the best people they can be for the sake of what's communicable in order to be expert members with others for the sake of community. I've spent most of my life living while people who skillfully date and know its function in and out advance insurmountably, while those who are waiting their efforts at meeting and contacting persons gets hacked by expert influencers and the often desperate, prodigious age of daters of experience. They deplete the young upstarts of their will and uphand at starting up. I recall when Facebook was up and coming, it was all about networking for the lone purpose of solely dating someone whose potential. I blame the ranking experience of their most expert daters. There is no getting through to these sorts of immovably absolute people and their wills. They ruin the hope and future of the young and innocent who didn't know any better or what was better. But I want to go back to the movement of BBL and discuss the age of groups. The age should not be solely absolute because of dating. That shouldn't be what defines it alone. But we haven't had the chance to celebrate what a God sending great service to the residential reality of trusting friendship really is. Denying somebody their experience of such a goal is so offensively unjust and inhumane. It's something the dating group folds are aware of but don't talk about. They stamp out the odds. For single foreign protectorates like me, the chance at knowing something so profound and as interracial love. The chance at knowing something so profound as interracial love, which is something I would like to be able to chance and experience. Which is why I've brushed the subject matter of interracial and biracial love when I discuss Black beautiful love. Single people who brace the ongoing crusade of it have much unspoken angst and upset when talking about it if it involves someone's crushed integrity concerning it, especially if they are a color party. I think it would be better survived by an age of friendship movement, very much like Tumblr and Facebook are. Facebook mainly because it is unlike Tumblr, which celebrates torrents of interests and internet art, by white groupfuls who create and illustrate art. I do appreciate the ability to post your status on the social site where you can journal your experience. But from what I've seen of them, the posts of walls and walls of art and complimentary posts is and seems a bit repetitive, but at least they aren't like the folds of the classed industry and amateur and expert models, as well as people professionals of the industry who are with Tumblr. It's not my wish to stir any racial disunity amongst any following viewers, but I've had my worries and doubts about whether I have a future, and if I do, where it's going. But because I'm an alien resident of the state of Florida, I wonder why the United States feeds and steals the place and circumstances of the innocent protectorates and try to spin us retardedly stupid and turn us away. Because I have memories and experiences of being racially and socially cut off by persons who will go unnamed by me. And because they are natives of the states, they have at their disposal rights and constitutes and privileges that defines and guards their circle of people, friends, and community that surrounds their keep. It's like the scene with Morpheus and Agent Smith when he tells Morpheus a rant about his dislike of humans, that I can't help but wonder whether he's being racial towards him or not. Morpheus is black and Smith is white, so you be the judge. Which coincidentally collides with what I'm talking about with my topic here. The Matrix celebrates Black is Beautiful love, biracial and interrace love, and diverse unity amongst ethnic color races. I've observed it for myself, and it is true. I haven't seen other movies that celebrate color as it had. I have discussed my point about intelligent, sensible black films in another vlog titled Just an Elaboration on the BBL Movement, Just Keeping Things Real, Talks, in asterisks. Talk is in asterisks. So just swing there for a view and comment, please. If you know you're racial and this very titled vlog angers you, then this is not for you. This vlog here. If the sight of me gets you upset and you feel hastily towards me upon sight, then this is not for you. If you are misogynist, and in parentheses, I will say, self-reflect undoubtedly before commenting, okay, in parentheses, and you feel any hostility at my discussion, then this is not for you. And you are not help to the cause. I suggest you think twice and take a few self-observing steps before commenting here, because this is not for you. And no, I do not abide violence and abusive comments here at all, or any abusive sorts of action of any sort. White fair groups who know how to sustain their friends in company who are of color should be revered and applauded enthusiastically amongst their friends and each other as supporting tribute. Whites do know their rights, reasons, and protective rules of customs to law about communing collectively with others, even those whom they consider outside of their world, like those who are ethnically tied obligatingly. Yes, they do that because their countless movies portray that. So, yes, I do think and believe they do deliberate deeds like that. People like me just usually cope with it only when their opportunistic chance at connecting with whomever at their own fortune isn't affected because of white individual who's excommunicating them as undesirable is being unproblematic so as long as there aren't any demands to follow. Whites are complainers to an obscene right to their cause and can be imposingly controlling at that in order to get you to follow their request aside from complaint. That's in any case of someone in the group who you have gone out your way and met somewhere and invited incoming to the group. So that's an example I've just provided about things problematic there. So, for the sake of keeping community and establishably holding your friendship still standing, maintain your proximity if you're not even so much as invited by them to participate their event, whatever the ongoing situation may be, scandalous or not. But do not forget the importance of movements and friendships, lest they overwhelm to where they distract you from your goals. Because I will tell you, by my experience, it has happened to me, and it has cost me important years of goals I should have had in mind during my most impressionistic years. Read social statuses in order to find out what's going on. In the event to they lose morale and don't want to talk of it, be a good friend, but a wary, careful, nosy one at that, and carefully reply to posts when emotionally necessary, which may cause unwanted and complicated unnecessary confrontations. So that is my advice towards peer persons of color who are trying to upkeep their ongoing friendships with persons outside of their race. The Black is Beautiful love movement shouldn't be celebrated and cherished by just those who are single and dating. It should be appreciated and valued by group friend nets. And that gives it a better odds at developing into a network worthwhile and worth the established collective. I've had relatives who explained to me that I could find that in church even. I haven't seen it happen there. I haven't seen it like that there, except that they get together in mind and worship God for unity's purpose. So it means a lot and can take you a long way when you put yourself out there. Heck, throw yourself out there to get seen. So when you come into some contact at a gathering or an event you've been invited to, brace your respective integrity and put your best take on your personality forwards to where they ask you if you'd like to exchange your information by the end of the event and day of it. And be sure to exchange it with them. But let me add that you can't get your hopes up if they don't call you at first. Call them and make small talk with them and share something like what social network you you can be found on, or you can find them, and where they can find you online. It's also a great step in the game when you ask this at the event where you've met them so that you exchange information with them. And when you get home, you can make it there in time to friend request them and get started on your way to knowing them. For those who have no idea how to mingle outside of their home, but drive, look in the newspaper, classifieds for any social event and gig hookups where you can meet people and schmooze them. But if you drive, that really shouldn't be a problem. If you know what I mean? I mean, how could you not know anybody and be a driver? You have to know someone. And I think driving is one of the biggest movements where you're able to establish um, yourself and talk your way towards meeting people and creating a group for yourself. It's one of the biggest um, tools, I think, at helping you establish friendships. So I just wanted to say that driving is a little suspect here, but I added to the conversation. Meeting new people who stand a chance at getting to know you, besides the tired common people who already know you and your business. Fitness magazines and your local community magazine are also good places to look and meet with and exchange information to start up a group. And investing yourself at getting hired somewhere can further establish you at being a legit friend for them. That's if you're unemployed and are lacking the ability to connect. This as advice can work for foreign persons who are starting out in the game, or young, inexperienced persons like me who have a hiccup in their residential status because Americans have all the suitable circumstances in addition to driving, right? To those who are foreign, single women who are a young parent with a child, this is the favorable chance for you. Seize your opportunity to advance socially today. So, with that point, I say period and blank and stop it there. I will come at you again with something else of a subject matter to tell you about on the next upcoming discussion. Watch, comment, and share. Like and subscribe while you're at it. I bid you adieu till then. Take care and thanks. Bye.